I'm the number one defender of people who read over 100 books a year because I know that I have time that I could be reading that I choose not to read and do other things. So at the end of every year, I like to tally up all of the other things I do in the year and work out how many books I could potentially have read if I had have dedicated that time to reading instead, which is what the people who read like hundreds of books a year do. Reading's the main hobby that they have and they commit it to reading. I, on the other hand, like to play video games and watch TV. So it's going to be different. So this is my hypothetical what I could have read in 2025 if I wasn't doing other things. So for this, I'm going to say one book takes about 10 hours. I feel like that kind of encapsulates, I read a lot of really short books, but a lot of quite big books. And I feel like my average is around 300 pages. So we're just going to go with that. That's what I'm using to calculate all this. Calculate like it's really complicated maths. It's dividing by 10. First of all, in 2025, I watched 6 seasons of The Vampire Diaries. It was great. It was a really good time. So including ads, because I watched it on ITV, I spent 131 hours watching The Vampire Diaries. So that would mean I would have read 13.1 more books. And that's just The Vampire Diaries. I watched other shows, but if I just didn't watch The Vampire Diaries and use that time to read, I would have read 13.1 more books in the year. I didn't even need to watch The Vampire Diaries. I'd already seen it all. I had a really good time though. It's really good. It holds up. I also played 220 hours of The Sims this year, which it doesn't feel, it feels like a lot considering I feel like I only played The Sims for a small amount of the year. Like I played it a lot, but for a short span of time, but it was all I did. My poor vampires never even got together. I set one up with this awful man and then I was going to kill him. And then the other one, I was setting her to like cure her vampirism and then they were both going to get together eventually. And they never did because I got bored of The Sims. But yeah, 22 more books if I didn't play The Sims and read instead. I also included Hitman in this because I thought it would be far higher than it actually is. I only played 7 hours of Hitman in 2025. I thought it was way more. I think I've maybe confused it with also watching people play Hitman and I'm maybe muddling it with 2024 as well. But 7 hours, so not even a full book, but we're going to include it anyway. In 2025, I also got really into watching Blood on the Clock Tower, specifically No Rules Barred, and I've added up roughly all the episodes and how long that would have taken. It's 98 hours. 98 hours of watching Blood on the Clock Tower, and that's just No Rules Barred. That's not even other people playing it. I didn't include Dropout, I didn't include Good Time Society, I didn't include Goose and the Clock Tower, I didn't include the Pandemonium Institute. That's just one YouTube channel. It's 98 hours of Blood on the Clock Tower. So 9.8 books I would have read if I hadn't been watching Blood on the Clock Tower. I don't regret it. I had a great time. Also, if you're watching this for some reason, you're from No Rules Barred and you want me to play with you, hit me up. I feel like I know how to play now and I don't have anyone to play it with at all. So yeah. I promise I'd be so normal about it. I'd be so normal and cool and chill about it. I just want to play. Anyway, I also unofficially did NaNoWriMo, so I wrote for at least 2 hours every day. I obviously wouldn't swap that out for reading books, but hypothetically, if I did, I would have read 6 more books because that was 60 hours. But I do think writing was probably a better use of my time, really, considering I read anyway. For Spotify, which I don't really use that much, I have 34 hours, so that's 3.4 more books. And then I threw this one in at the end because I think this is the real reason that I don't spend more time reading, and it's my screen time on my phone. I'm not going to say what my daily screen time is because I think it's horrifying. But if I spent just 1 hour less on my phone every single day, I would obviously have 365 more hours, and that would be 36.5 more books, which is just so inconceivable to me. Like that's crazy. I can't imagine. Like it feels so like just 1 hour a day, and I would have read 36.5 more books. And I'm just sitting on my phone. That's not my phone. I'm just yeah. So adding those all together, I would get 915 hours, which would equal 91.5 books, which is not quite 100, but if I add the books I also actually read in the year, that tips it over. So that would be, plus 46 is 137.5, which is basically 138 because I imagine the point 5 is like a little short story that I would have read. So yeah, over 100 books, 137.5. And that's just taking a few things. Like, it's not even all the shows I watch or all the games I play. I play The Witcher and I didn't include it. I didn't include Arcane or Taskmaster or just all the other stuff I watch on YouTube. It's just those few things. If I didn't do those few things, I would have read well over 100 books in the year, but I didn't, and I'm fine with that. I really am fine with that. I'm happy with how I spend my time, and if I happen to read more books next year, then that's also fine. I just want people to understand that it's just about the time that you put in, and reading over 100 books in a year really isn't that much when you think about how much TV some people watch. Some people being me. I didn't even include Severance or Pluribus. I hope the discourse never ends because I have so much fun doing this. Yeah, how many books did you read this year, and how much time did you waste watching No Rules Barred play Blood on the Clock Tower?